position is a perfect historical and geographical, geostrategic, geopolitical position. We can add a surplus of its recent diplomatic leverage in the eyes of Kremlin, in the eyes of Moscow, as a really important, not only regional player, but I would say a global player, because without Pakistan, without its efforts in regard to Iran and US and Israel conflict, the world actually can find itself in a serious global war. Therefore, Pakistan has stopped that negative scenario, and definitely it actually lifted Pakistan on a new position. Therefore, in conclusion, I can say, like summarizing all these kind of sub-questions, I think that Pakistan is standing in a much better and more perspective position than in relation to India-Russia relationship, because Russia and Pakistan are still and are standing at the very beginning of formulating their strategic partnership in comparison to India, which is actually, I consider, as outdated. The strategic partnership between Russia and India will definitely need a revival and reassessment.
Coming from you, I must say it is encouraging, and you went into the detail, and I'm sorry for the very long question, but this was on my mind for quite some time, and I seized the opportunity. I have you with me on this show, and I had to ask it. But again, I'm sorry for a very long question. I'll try to be brief in the next one. So moving on with this discussion, as you have mentioned Pakistan and its emerging importance in the region, I would like to know, how do you see the diplomacy of Pakistan? You have hinted upon it, you have praised it, you have mentioned it, but I would like you to elaborate a little more on it for the Pakistani audience, because it is very important coming from the Russian side. How do you see it? How does the Russian government sees it when it comes to the new role of Pakistan in the region as a mediator and as an emerging mid-level power, and how important it is for the Russians to come a step forward in making things better and more stronger with Pakistan in coming future?
First of all, Russia and Pakistan during the last decade or decades has already made important preliminary work. During last years, they have been actively discussed the activation of collaboration within a diversity of economic sectors and trade. And the main accent is made on advanced connectivity, because Pakistan having a set of important seaports, and we understood how important they are during the crisis around Hormuz Strait. And Pakistan is definitely enjoying a geostrategic position, superposition on the sea. Actually, it can offer to Russia, and as well Russia can gain through Pakistan, an important geoeconomic leverage. I actually mean the Belt and Road initiative and the CPAC project, which is actively developing. And during the recent visit of Prime Minister of Pakistan to China, which was marked by 75th anniversary of diplomatic relationship between two countries. And actually, it was highlighted the importance of launching the second phase of the CPAC project. And definitely, it's important incentive for the Russian side, because Russia is also actively looking into opportunities in diversifying its routes, its trade routes, its logistics due to sanctions that have been extensively oppressing Russian economy. But as the Russian president has mentioned, it's absolutely ridiculous to try to limit Russia, such a huge landmass with enormous economic potential and natural resources, which Russia also can offer to Pakistan in order to help its economic growth. Therefore, I think the first important sector is energy sector. Definitely, it can ease and it can actually provide rapid economic development within Pakistan and can help Pakistan to exit its strong and long-term dependence on the IMF and credits and stabilize its currency exchange inside of economic domain. This is number one. The second one is definitely there are vast opportunities to actually collaborate in technological sphere because Pakistan can offer a really vibrant, dynamic, young labor force, and entrepreneurial digital economy is really rapidly developing in Pakistan. So we know that more than 60% of Pakistani population is youth, is young people under the age of 30. And in comparison with Russian actually picture, demographic picture, you are absolutely in advanced position. That's why I think we can find a perfect geoeconomic convergence here. Thirdly, there are incredible opportunities within developing seaports, logistics, and I'm more than sure that pretty soon there will be appearing quite an important question in relation to the natural resources of Arctics. And India is pretty much concerned about that, how it's going to actually solve its economic problems within the new routes, sea routes that will lead to Arctics. And of course, they need Russian consent and strong support, as well as China is interested in that. But we should not forget, as Russia and China and India has been trying to push away Pakistan, marking it as a country of terrorism, stigmatizing Pakistan in all ways. They try to push Pakistan away from this important future development of Arctics. That's why I think that Russia and Pakistan can come actually together in order to discuss this enormous potential. Uh, Again, I would like to mention food security, which is really important for Pakistan, water security, and the whole set of diplomatic issues that Pakistan, of course, experiencing as a strong hurdle in a diplomatic sense when it comes to negotiate with India. And here, Russia can actually assist Pakistan in diplomatic matter in order to collaborate with India and to help actually Pakistan to resolve these issues, as well as, of course, you didn't mention it, but I would mention it, an issue of Kashmir. Also, there is a huge potential within people-to-people, public diplomacy, business-to-business development, because this domain has been absolutely not explored before, and there is a strong demand from both parties, from both sides, to develop intensive relationship within academia, within cultural circles, within historical inheritance, because we know very little about Pakistan here in Russia, but there is a huge interest, especially within academic circles now. Actually, I'm actively also working on making two parties come together and know each other much better. And also, Russia should focus on important domain as Pakistan is a hub that can attract tourism, investments, and it's really a rising force within IT sector. So I just named several points that can be actually discussed and that can contain the strategy of mutually beneficial and advanced relationship between two countries.
Let's hope for the best for both our countries. Moving on to